My name is Jose Hendo. I am an eco-sustainable fashion designer artiste, and I am based in London. And I do a lot of work around sustainability, encouraging people to change their ways. But I work predominantly with bark cloth. It is my choice of cloth because for me, it's the perfect ambassador for sustainability. It is the Ugandan bark cloth, and I really want to scream and shout about it. But today, we're talking about the alternative materials in sustainability. What new thing is there that will push sustainability to the next level and encourage people to think differently about the choices they make? So I was sharing about my love for bark cloth, the story about it, what I do with it. And hopefully this Fashion Revolution Week, after a year, more than a year of us being at home and having time to think about, the choices that we make, maybe now when the world is opening up again, we get a chance to make those choices that matter for the environment and the people in it. Okay, today was about what is bark cloth and how does it fit into the idea of eco-sustainable materials that are available for the fashion industry. So I was sharing my story about what I found out about the bark cloth and how I think it is really sustainable, the best ambassador for sustainability, and the fact that it does have a place within the fashion system as it stands now. We're thinking about alternatives in terms of eco-sustainable fabrics to work with. And I think looking at the political side of things and the ethical side of things, so I think today was an amazing sharing experience. Thank you. Okay, so in general, you have the polyesters, you have nylon, you have the conventional cotton, you have, so just to be specific, you'll be materials made out of fossil fuels. You have the natural materials like organic, like cotton that is not organic. But then now we do have the possibility of having organic textiles like organic cotton, the pea silk, we have bark cloth, and then we also have that alternative to leather that Bernard was talking about. I'm not an expert with it, but there's that possibility. So now the choices are there. So we cannot say we don't know. We have the choice to make the right decision that will save the planet, and no compromising on that. Oh my gosh, where do I start? That's a whole topic. It's something that, when you think about repurposing, reusing, and making again, this is something that should be the norm. It is getting there, and we're beginning to feel that it's okay to repair. It's okay to, change things up and just add something to them so you can use them longer. But this should have always happened. And this is something that I'm so excited to see happening now, because I always used to do this. I had no name for it. I didn't know I was being sustainable, and I didn't know I was upcycling, but I always did something to garments to use them longer. So coming into a system where I found everything was just throw away. You wear a t-shirt today, this summer, next summer it's in the dustbin, going to landfill. So I think this upcycling, recycling, and repurposing thing is a really exciting way for people not to all be looking the same. You create your own style. You stand out as a person. The clothes we wear are a direct expression of who we are and what our beliefs are. So when you have a chance to repurpose, upcycle, recycle something that makes you unique and you stand out, it's brilliant. It's a thing that we should celebrate. I know that I have clients who come to me and that's all they come to me for, upcycling, So they extend the life of their garments as long as they can, and they get so much joy out of it because they know they will not walk into a room and find somebody else wearing the same thing they're wearing. So that freedom to express yourself and also save money. You don't have to constantly be going out to buy a new garment every week. You can repurpose and reuse things. And when you're done with them, you dispose of them in a responsible way. Give it to a friend, maybe, your daughter. I know my daughter's waiting on mine. So this is something I think that it is definitely the new norm. And one of the things I started with my R3 campaign is to encourage people, reduce, reuse, recycle. And the strongest word is reduce. So when you're repurposing, upcycling, recycling, what you're doing is reducing. And those are words that need to stay with us. It's a lifestyle choice. You take it into your work, you take it into your home, you take it to your friends and share it with them. So yes, I think it is a good thing. And I think it's here for sure to stay. And we need to encourage people to do this. In fact, I'm building a whole collection around, I've always built collections around upcycling. I think one of my collections was it was called Memories, totally upcycled. And then I have this bracelet I'm wearing today. This is seatbelt and barcloth. I have whole garments made out of the seatbelt and barcloth combination. There's no end to it. The moment you switch your mind to think that way, the possibilities are endless. I think it depends on what you're working with. If you're working with organic cotton is obviously more expensive than conventional cotton or other, but it's not the same price as a silk, piece silk, a meter of piece silk. So depending on what you're using to make these garments, there's an element of the price. Yes, the price will be more, but if the garment is well made and is going to last a long time, it's worth paying an extra £50 or £100, knowing you're going to have this for a long time. And what we also do is we encourage people to come back to us, because we're humans making clothes. So if a stitch comes undone, come back to us, we'll fix it. So the conversation doesn't end when you buy something from us. Yes, you've paid your price. When you come back to us, we're quite happy. When you come back to us, we're quite happy to repair, replace, and do things to make sure that the price you paid for that garment, if it is something that you want to keep, we'll be happy to keep you looking good in that shirt for as long as possible. So I think we just have to be aware of the history of these garments is just as important as what we're going to do with them. So just knowing the story will help people make that decision. Yes, it's a little bit more expensive, but it is worth it to support, and knowing that the decision you're making is good for the planet. I think we all rest easy when we know that that is not just for the person who's selling you the clothes. It goes right back down to the man who grew the cotton, the organic cotton, who then spun the cotton, who then made the cotton. You know that the price covers all those people. So within your conscience, you know that you're doing the right thing. So it is worth it to spend a little bit more. I think it's a bit of everything. You cannot just it cannot just be a revolution. It can't just be evolution. There has to be some element of revolution and evolution for the catalyst, for everything to come together. It has to, we need both of them. I think when I realized that I had to be vocal about the way I see things, I knew that I wasn't just a maker. Now I'm an activist as well. I'm pushing for change. So it's good to have everything in the mix, but in good measure, in control. So we're not, one doesn't outrun the other, because you can't have a revolution forever. Eventually, things do change, and I hope they will change, for our planet and for all of us.
See you one more time.